Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Thank you for being here. Today we are going to talk about Nate's 3 a.m. routine. If you haven't watched his last 3 a.m. routine video, you can watch that here. Let's just jump right into it.
3 a.m. when I was living in the city, that was a really slow and quiet time in the city. That was
only quiet time.
Right, the only quiet time. And I found that I needed to get that little jump start before the city started rustling and bustling and being chaotic and whatnot. I needed that little bit of quiet time to think and organize my mind before jumping into a crazy chaotic day. That time is non-existent to the world. That time is quiet, it's pitch black, there's no distractions, there's no noise. I can think clearly. It allows me time to set my mind. I think that the act of, having that quiet time in the morning allows the world not to just be happening to you and like you're going through this really reactive state and more so living with intention and you're more actively involved in your life.
Why is it important for you to use that time to read?
It consists of reading and writing. I think that the writing aspect helps me understand that I don't really understand what I'm thinking about or what I'm reading about, and I need to read a little bit more. I started picking up books because I was curious, and that's the real root of my reading, and that's why I read many different books at one time, and I never ever read a book from cover to cover. I flip open the book to page 73 and I find something interesting and I start fucking reading, and I might get 6 pages into that book and it will reference some other topic that interests me, and I'll go off on a tangent.
You write it down.
I'll write it down
later.
Explore that.
This is the point where I stop reading and go about my day. Like whenever I have like a good
click,
like a good, something inspiring to think about for the rest of the day. But this right here is the raw timeline of events of how I came to persist is going to be Homebody's next evolution. And it's through like inspiration that I drew from reading different things. Just start with the red.
What is up, athletes? Welcome to Persist. So I read until my brain kind of gets clicking and firing, and then I use my movement to really digest the ideas and think through certain things and like prepare myself for the day.
Workout done. Sweating like crazy. Nate, let's see your sweat today. It's pretty glistening. What's next?
Cold shower, get dressed, tend to the animals, gather sticks, clean the sauna. A morning routine has to be like a non-negotiable commitment to your own mental and physical well-being so that you can be better at everything else in your life. Whenever I wake up, that's my selfish time to get my training in, get my meals prepared, everything else. Because as soon as the sun comes up, then the priorities are kind of shifted where I need to put all my focus on my animals and everything else. Because, it never fails when you got 80, 90 animals. There's gonna be 1, 2, 3, 4 different problems. There's gonna be a goat with their head stuck in the fence. A water line's gonna be broke. The donkeys are gonna be out. There's always something that's gonna demand your immediate attention.
Hey Huxley. Hey baby. You got in trouble yesterday, huh? Yeah, you got in trouble yesterday because you messed up all the goat's water. Mm-hmm.
That's why you create that non-negotiable as your morning, because...
And the thing is, you have to create the time for it.
Yeah, and
you have to open that space up.
And we can all create that time. And that we can...
Going to bed earlier and waking up earlier.
You know, we spend so much time rushing around in a hurry, anxious to get to the next thing, and you know, it's just being wandering around, picking up sticks and taking your time, cleaning up the stove and, you know, starting a good fire, letting it burn up really good. You know, it takes time, it takes patience. At its root, all hot, cold contrast therapy is it's willingly embracing yourself in suffering. You are suffering. You are putting yourself in very cold. You're putting yourself in very hot. And you are allowing yourself to suffer and adapt to that. And so I guess that's where I start to break away from the scientific and just get into the psychological aspect. In terms of the heat, this is the only time that I wear a watch. I go in with an idea of how long I'm gonna spend in there, but I don't look at my watch. In my mind, I know I want to sit in here for 15 minutes. If I look at my watch and I've been in there for 12 minutes, great. I got another 3 minutes to sit. And what I do is I start to play little mind games with myself. I tell myself, I'm going to sit here and I'm not going to look at my watch for another 3 minutes. I'm not going to look at my watch. And if I look at my watch in an attempt to see if it's been 3 minutes or not, and it's only been 2 minutes, I have to add on another minute to my sit. I kind of play mind games with myself and punish myself to like sit, be calm, focus on my breathing, and not feel this anxiety to like look at my watch, be like, oh my God, is it time to get out? Is it time to get out? You can use that barrel as your own like mental toughness chamber, essentially. So barrel sauna, psychological benefits right there. Build your mental toughness, just sitting in heat, focusing on your breathing, and then just jumping into the ice, kind of same general principle. And then whenever you get into it, that's when the work starts. That's when you hit that immediate like fight or flight response, and that's where you start working through your anxieties. That initial response of like, oh shit, I want to get out of this water, I want to get out of this ice. And then you reframe it. You're like, no, you're gonna stay in here. We're gonna stay in here and we're gonna work through this for the next 2 or 3 or 4 minutes or whatever. And that's where a lot of people get twisted up. They're like, well, how cold does it need to be? How long do I need to sit in there? Again, I don't have any standard baseline for that. I make the water really cold enough to scare you a little bit, cold enough to the point where whenever you get into it, you want to get out of it. That's how cold it needs to be. How long do I stay in it? Well, that matters. That depends. How long does it take you to stay in there, get your breath under control, and feel like you can stay in there for quite a while? Once you get to that point and you work through your anxieties, then you're good. The mental clarity, sharpness, focus that all comes as a result from doing that back and forth, it's I don't even know the word for it, but it's mind-blowing, the focus that you'll get from it, and just the overall reduction in inflammation really is great.
Look at that. I went from 195 to 56.
How do you feel?
Good.
When you wake up in the morning, prioritize yourself. Be selfish and guard your morning with your fucking life. That is the most valuable time for you. Don't fucking touch your phone. Like, work can wait. Work can always fucking wait. Put your health and well-being first. When you wake up a little bit earlier, you get more done, period. You're more productive. And what did you notice? What did you notice whenever you woke up really early in the morning with me at the end of the day?
I was tired.
You were fucking exhausted.
It's 5:50 p.m. and I am ready to go to bed.
How many of us are bitching and moaning and complaining all the time? Like, I don't sleep very good. I have terrible sleep. I have trouble falling asleep and my sleep is bad. Well, start fucking waking up earlier. You'll get more done. Whenever you do more throughout the day, you'll be tired at the end of the day. The sun will go down, and as soon as my head hits the pillow, I'm out.
Alright guys, I hope you enjoyed this vlog and we'll see you next week. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Bye!